We all know that Judge Schroeder dropped the gun charge against Kyle Rittenhouse, and everybody's been going around telling everybody else why. Unfortunately, they got it all wrong. Everybody is saying the real sticky point was the length of the rifle. Wrong. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dredd to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dredd Show.
And so everybody has this screwed up. They think that the real issue was the length of the rifle, but that was never an issue at all. So what was the real sticky point? Well, let's go back to the statute. This is 2019 Wisconsin Statutes and Annotations 948.60, possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. Okay, so we go down, and subsection 2 says, any person under 18 years of age who possesses or goes armed with a dangerous weapon is guilty of a Class A misdemeanor. And all the anti-Kyles out there who have very limited brain capacity and struggle to understand statutes, which includes Thomas Binger, jumped all over this and said, ha, he's guilty. He's under 18 and he's in possession of a dangerous weapon. Therefore, we got him now. Not so fast, because if you go down to subsection 3, there is an interesting exception. And it's contained in paragraph C that states, this section applies only to a person under 18 years of age who possesses or is armed with a rifle or a shotgun if the person is in violation of section 941.28 or is not in compliance with subsections 29.304 and 29.593. Now, what's 941.28? Let's take a quick look at it. And it deals with possession of a short-barreled shotgun or short-barreled rifle. Well, Kyle's AR-15 is clearly not a short-barreled rifle. You can look at the pictures of it and can tell it's not a short-barreled rifle. The very fact that an Ace hardware store was even allowed to sell the rifle should tell you that it's not a short-barreled rifle, because a short-barreled rifle is not legal for anyone in Wisconsin to possess. Kyle's rifle is a typical Smith & Wesson AR-15, and there's nothing unusual about it. It's not shorter than the average. And therefore, everyone understood that Kyle's rifle did not qualify as a short-barreled rifle, and therefore Kyle was in compliance with this subsection. That was never an issue. No one disputed this. Not even Binger disputed this. What was the issue? Well, let's go back. These other two statutes, those are important. 29.304 has to deal with certain restrictions on hunting for people 16 and under. Now, I argued before that subsection 29.304 was important to understand because it provided context on what the Wisconsin legislature wanted to do with respect to possession versus hunting. No one ever bothered to take my advice, but okay. It's actually 29.593 that got everybody all fouled up. So here is subsection 29.593, and it has to do with requirement for certificate of accomplishment to obtain hunting approval. Okay, and this is where all that BS came out about hunting, that Kyle was hunting there in Kenosha. Everybody got that totally screwed up. So let me go ahead and clue you in here. Kyle was not hunting in Kenosha. He was not hunting for anything, people or wildlife. His defense did not claim that he was hunting, and in fact was saying just the opposite. They are saying that Kyle was in compliance with this subsection because he was not hunting and therefore didn't require a certificate of accomplishment. It's not that hard, but everybody got it all fouled up, including NBC News, who put the wrong headline in there and got everybody talking about the defense claiming that Kyle was hunting that night and therefore was in possession of the rifle, an absurd claim. NBC News, a bunch of morons. What can you say? They were just simply unable to understand the defense's argument. Now, is Kyle in compliance with this subsection because he's not hunting? Well, Binger says no. The defense said yes. This is the subsection that the judge was trying to sort out. Not the other one that had to do with short-barreled rifle. So if this is all true, and the real sticky point was 29.593, then why did everybody jump on the short-barreled rifle deal, which had to do with Section 941.28? Well, there's a reason. If you look at these two subsections, 29.304 and 29.593, those two sections are ones that the judge could handle without actually having to examine the rifle. So the judge spent all his time trying to understand, especially 29.593 and how it applies to Kyle's case. He decided at some point that Kyle was in compliance with these two subsections, 29.304, 29.593. However, there was one loose end, and that was 941.28. Now, the judge can't decide on that one because he has to actually see the rifle to do so. You have to make a physical measurement to determine whether the rifle is a short-barreled rifle or not. So that was the final issue that the judge had to settle. He spent all his time trying to figure out 29.593, but once he did, he finally had to tie up that loose end of 941.28, the short-barreled rifle. And that's why he asked, is the rifle long enough? Everybody saw that and assumed that 941.28, the short-barreled rifle statute, was the real sticky point. It was never a concern. Neither side disputed that. It was 29.593, the certificate of accomplishment, and whether Kyle had to have one. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and quit telling everybody that the issue was the short-barreled rifle. That was not in dispute at all.